This is an issue with maturity and ability to handle the real world. They're not the people that have to interact with society every single day in like its most raw form. Like that's such a scary line to walk. Because whoever can define what the word means has all the power. Then what is the point of a democracy? We're checking out German Twitter today. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Hmm. Wahlrecht. All right, let's see what's Wahlrecht. All right, let's see. Let's go on to the next one. Nein, ihr zerstört gerade das Wahlrecht. Die Demokratie mit Einfachvoten. All right, let's see what this video is.
Leute, die nicht das tun, wofür sie das Geld kriegen, eben uns vernünftig zu regieren. Wenn man dazu blöde ist, muss man die rausschmeißen. Jeder, der in einer Firma sitzt und nicht das sagt, was man ihm macht, der wird rausgeschmissen. Leute, die nicht das tun.
Oh, I watched it like, no, it was only 17 seconds. Bolin speaks out what millions are thinking. In the real economy, anyone who completely wrecks their job gets the boot. True. Only in politics can you ruin our country without a plan or competence and still cash in fat pensions in the end. Based as fuck. Bro, der Prophet is onto some shit, bro. Time for consequences. Ooh, whose consequences? What's going on here? Okay, so we do know it's got something to do with some people not doing what they're supposed to do and other people thinking they need to get fired and not get money. Okay, we're putting this together. Okay, Dr. Marcus Carl says, folks, it doesn't matter a damn what the establishment parties, the Constitutional Protection Office, or any leftist judges, NGOs, the press, the state broadcasters, and all of their cheerleaders and accomplices say or do. We'll take our country back. Okay, brother. Preach. Take it back. We'll remigrate the illegals. Okay. That's where we're starting. So we're on some AFD shit. No? Okay, that's fine. Every last one of them. We'll reverse the Islamization, restore the cityscapes. We'll put an end to the madness of wokeism. We'll drive the state back out of our private lives and the economy and smash socialism. We'll hold the corona perpetrators and those guilty of preparing an attack war illegally accountable, and we'll rebuild Germany. I mean, sounds good, I guess. I don't. Okay, we're gonna keep going, I guess. Oh, yep, called it. There it is. Somebody tell me what's going on, man. I don't know. So, oh my God, bro, you people like to fucking write walls of text, I see. Oh, that's all Val. Let's see what this says. A compulsory vote would, according to the German view, run counter to the freedom of choice. Compulsory vote, I guess. I'll be real. Do we want everyone voting? I think the answer is no. We don't want everyone. There's a lot of people that don't vote that I'm very happy that don't vote. If you don't want to vote, you should not have to vote. I don't know if that's what they're talking about. But that's what they are talking about. Like, bro, you want them fucking homeless crackheads voting? Is that what you want? I don't know. Okay, but let's continue. But one could lower the voting age for the Bundestag election to 16 years in NRW and then give parents a proxy voting right to children under 16. Bro, you guys on some dumb shit. The vast majority of over 60 years old and children have no lobby. The vast majority of eligible voters over 60 years old and children have no, bro, this is the dumbest fucking shit ever. Who is affected? And who lives in the day-to-day reality of what goes on? The people over 60, I don't think they're necessarily living in reality. They're not, I mean, they're affected by things, no doubt, but like, they're not living in the real world. Children are not living in the real world. They're not having to show, these two groups of people are not having to show up to work every single day, pay their bills, take care of children, meet social, like, I'm like sue me, but no cap, I think if you're under 20 or you're over 60, and like obviously if you're not like broke as fucking over 60, but if you're under 20 and you're over 60, your life's kind of fucking easy. So like who cares about those two groups of people? I don't know what this says, but like why, like I don't know. They're not the people that have to interact with society every single day in like its most raw form. And like I feel like that was one of those things where yeah, no shit, and it's like that for a reason. Wahlrecht. That's the question. We're just gonna look it up now. What is this? What? Okay. Is a German term that translates two main concepts: the right to vote and electoral law. The right to participate in a. Bro, can someone explain this to me? Can somebody like smarter than me explain this to me? So this has got something to do with people's right to vote, and the AFDers are pretty angry. I don't know. They don't seem angry, but they're talking about it. They're talking about it. Oh, let's see. This looks interesting. I like how this is formatted. Okay. So just so I've got this right now. Iraqi. Oh, okay. So we're back on this. Iraqi comes to Germany. Iraqi commits a serious crime and is sentenced to 3 years in prison. Oh, so the Germans are paying for that, by the way, but we're not going to talk about that. Iraqi starts a relationship with a prison officer. Iraqi is stripped of refugee status. Iraqi is not deported. Iraqi sues against the revocation of the refugee status. Expert report concludes that there is a 78% probability that he will commit further crimes. That's crazy. Iraqi still isn't deported. Iraqi wins the case. Taxpayers foot the court costs. Iraqi is back on the loose. Wants to marry the prison officer and becomes a citizen. We're at open air asylum. We're beyond help. Um, hmm. That's tough, guys. That's tough, guys. See, but why do we care about this word? This is where I think all the AFD people and all the Trumpies and all the people are getting it wrong. And actually, Trump tries to fix this, by the way. But who cares about this word? Why are we having to tie something to it? Can we just change this with person comes to Germany, person commits a serious crime, person starts to relate, and then we just deport the person. Who gives a fuck if they're Iraqi? Who gives a fuck if they're American? Who gives a fuck where they come from, what they do? This isn't an Iraqi. It's a criminal that commits a serious crime. Can we stop using this word to get fucking clicks? Like, yeah. Like this is so backwards. We're focusing on the wrong things, guys. Come on. Let's be a little more smart. It's a person. It's a criminal. That's it. Um Oh, I like where this one's coming from in Germany. Because see, when it comes from one of the richest countries in the world, that's very true. Germany is a great country. America is a great country. I'll be real, China's a fucking great country. You disagree with me, but I'm like if you're top 5 in the world for like GDP and shit, bro, you're a pretty fucking good country and grow the fuck up and get over yourself. That's what I say. But in Germany, one of the richest countries in the world, 2.5 million children are directly affected by poverty. Yeah, but this right here, this is like it's kind of a government problem, right? But this is a parent problem. This is a lack of maturity and teaching on the parent's problem. Because I'll be real, if you live in a first world country, you can afford to get your kids breakfast. You can do it. Okay, I was like, okay, there's like one point in my life where we were like actually starving and couldn't afford food. The government will give you food. I've never seen a first world country where the government will not make sure children have food. This isn't like the government does provide. I bet any amount of money on that. But it's a parent, and yeah, maybe the parents are stressed. Maybe the parents are busy. But you know what? If the parents had like a better mental mindset and better habits, and I bet if they were just physically healthier and mentally present, this was never a problem. This is an issue with maturity and ability to handle the real world without letting your child go to school hungry. But okay, let's finish this. That means that most of them go to school without breakfast, have no warm lunch, owns just a pair of shoes, and hardly any spare clothes. They can never go to the cinema, hobbies much cost nothing, and they will experience nothing during the holidays. Why is that so? See, I disagree. I genuinely disagree with all of this, okay? I'm from America. I've gotten into arguments about this with my girlfriend about what the government provides. The government provides more than enough. It really does. It's a lack of appropriate use of what the government does. And if you ever watched Financial Audit by Caleb Hammer, okay? There was an episode recently that came out where this guy has 2 kids. And this is in America, and I'm pretty sure the social systems and what the government gives you is a little better in Germany, right? But this guy was given a $3,500 tax credit for his kids. And then he went out and bought shit for himself. That is what's happening here. Like, run the numbers. Imagine, like, run the numbers and do some math. And it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. People are just stupid and selfish. That's it. The people are the problem. The people are fucking retarded. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's see what this says. Next AFD member of parliament has his passive voting rights stripped by an election committee. Is this what this is about? This is the way exactly was criticized in the UN report. The Office of the Protection of the Constitution has no legally binding definition of extremism that is, for example, linked to prior convictions or other concrete things. Okay, let's take. So I have a problem with governments deciding what is extremism for another party. Like, that's such a scary line to walk. Because whoever can define what the word means has all the power. Then what is the point of a democracy? What is the point of voting? What is like the extremists have to be allowed to be extreme and do damage. And then when they have been extreme and have done damage, and then the people will then decide that hey, they're extremists, they need to be stopped. We cannot decide that in within the bureaucracy and like within itself. That doesn't lead to good things. Because let's get this right. If the people in power get to decide what is extreme before anything extreme happens, then they can decide anything. There's no stopping them. There's no reality check. And that's my issue with politics and academics in those fields. Is like there's no reality check. If you run a business and you have a shit product, that product isn't going to sell. Boom, reality check, you're fucked. Right? There's no reality check here. And I think this is like you have to let the extremists do extreme things. As bad as that is to say, this isn't like you can't prevent it. You have to let them at least do something extreme to prove that they are extremists. And not just what they say. Who gives a fuck what they say? You can change the words and twist the words and interpret the words any way you want until they do something extreme. And you know what? Fuck the ideologies. They can think whatever they want. You just got to stop the people that are doing the extreme things. That's it. It's that simple. Like, you don't need. Okay, here's a perfectly good counter example to this, okay? Which would be the opposite of what all the ASD people are saying. You don't need to deport the Iraqis. You need to deport the Iraqis that rape and kill people and do bad shit. You need to get rid of the criminals. There is nothing wrong with being Islamist. But if you are an Islamist that chops off people's heads, that's a problem. Like, oh my god, okay. That's enough. I can't take this anymore. My cortisol's spiking.